As police officers, we are trained to respond to a wide variety of situations. Recently, our officers began training for a scenario that may surprise you.
It's a departure from what we used to do, and what we used to do was strictly just trying to do rescue techniques. We would strip down to just wearing a bathing suit, which is really not realistic. We got to try and get as close to real life, everyday life, wearing a gun, wearing a vest, wearing all of the equipment that we wear. And by trying to simulate that and bring that to this environment, we're able to try and make it a little bit more realistic.
And Joaquin, see what he's doing with his breathing? He's not trying to keep his head above water the whole time. He's survival breathing, rescue breathing, they call it.
Yeah, I've had to go in the water. Probably a quarter of the class that was here today at some point or another has been in the water. A lot of officers at this department have been in the water either to do a rescue, to apprehend somebody, or both at the same time.
Last guy in, I'll start the clock.
All kinds of different things that we do through in-service. It's mandated by the state. This is one of those things that's not mandated by the state, but we live in a community that's surrounded by water. So these officers, every single one of them, whether they're a swimmer or a non-swimmer, they have to be aware of what their limitations are if they get thrust into that environment. It's horrible. It's I first got exposed to, I've swum with all of my clothes on plenty of times, but I first got exposed to this up in St. Pete. I went through a course a couple months ago, and one of the things that I noticed was, I really thought it was going to be me sinking straight to the bottom. And with my swimming background, I still was a little bit apprehensive going into that training. And what I realized is, when you first make entry into the water, our clothes fill up with air. We're buoyant for a little while. But swimming around any length of time with all this stuff on is absolutely horrible. Most people come out of this saying, I didn't realize it was going to be that hard to swim with all that stuff on. And I've surprised a few people about entering the water and actually floating. All of our training is geared towards the what-ifs and that bad day training. You have to prepare yourself for the worst possible thing that can happen. A lot of comments about, why would I ever swim with all my gear? I'm not saying that you're normally going to do that, but somebody fights with you on the edge of a dock or we're surrounded by water. You got to know what to do, or at least have an idea of what to do to get out of that situation so you can survive.
Officers will repeat the swim training every couple of years. If you have questions or comments about these stories or anything regarding the Sarasota Police Department, call 366-8000. I'm Captain Lucius Bonner.